George Yako asks, what do I think about people who burn the American flag? These aren't people, these are animals.
Oh boy, one of those people.
Freddie Rubino here, question and answer Wednesday. George Yako asks, what do I think about people who burn the American flag? These aren't people, these are animals.
Okay, anyone that makes the "these people did something so bad they're not human" argument obviously doesn't realize humans. Humans can and have done bad things. That doesn't make them not human. If you say they're not human because they did something so bad, then you're not realizing humans or human nature then. This is a logical fallacy. It denies the nature of something.
These are assholes.
Okay, something very important to know is you can love your country without loving your government. I mean, I'm an American citizen, and there's tons of things I love about this country. I love the rights people have, well, the rights that are respected by the government. I mean, America isn't a total police state. I mean, I like the right to bear arms. I like the freedom of speech. I like the freedom of the press. I like all these material goods and services America has. I mean, capitalism, or at least capital-ish-ism, you know, there's corporatism, but there's some elements of free market. I like that. I like some of the people. The people who I like seem to be really good. And I also like I like the, at least, consciousness of freedom in America, that, you know, even though America is far from being Ancapistan, there's at least a lot of people here that want to be Ancaps, you know, at least the idea of liberty, libertarianism, anarchism, anarcho-capitalism, it's alive in America. It's not dominant, it's not the majority, but there seems to be a lot of Ancaps here compared to other countries, although I did hear that there were more in Brazil than the US. What do I not like about America, besides some asshole civilian/citizens I've met in real life as well as on the internet from this country? Well, what I really don't like about this country is the skull fucking, murderous, greedy, rude, insensitive government. That's what I don't like about this country. I don't hate the good stuff about this country, the good people, the capitalism, the rights, the freedom. I hate the government. That's what burning the flag is directed at. The government. The American flag represents the government. Each star represents a state. Each stripe represents one of the original 13 colonies. The white stripes signify purity and innocence, the red stripes signify valor and bravery, and the blue area with the stars signifies vigilance, perseverance, and justice, none of which the US government actually possesses.
They're the biggest cowards you'll ever meet.
So people using their freedom of speech to protest, their right to protest, are the biggest cowards you'll ever meet? That's a good one. I mean, how would that be cowardly? I mean, considering they have people that want to beat them up for using their freedom of speech, I'd say they're pretty brave.
You know why? Because it takes courage to defend the flag.
Okay, I will say this. I will say that anyone that enters a combat scenario is or a potential combat scenario is pretty brave. It's brave to go through all the training in the military as well, in addition to the combat. However, I will still keep by my point that it's wrong to contribute to the military-industrial complex. I'll stick to it. I mean, it is wrong, and it's not good for the world to stick to keep enforcing the elite's will.
They don't have courage. They're a bunch of cowards. Oh yeah, I'm going to burn the flag. I'm going to step by anything but step up and do the right thing. Anything but that, because they're like most cowardly pieces of shit. Don't you dare even call them Americans. They're not.
Okay, now let me get this straight. You think people are cowards for expressing their freedom of speech and people want to wrongly beat them up for it, you think they won't step up to the plate, and then you say they're not American for doing what you heavily disagree with. I mean, I find that ridiculous. They are American, this is their freedom of speech, and what exactly is stepping up to the plate to you? I mean, America has freedom of speech, and yet you don't support freedom of speech because you only support freedom of speech when people agree with you. Well, newsflash, they're allowed to disagree with you. So, I don't think you really have a standing to say they're not American for using their freedom of speech.
These are the lowest scumbags I ever seen in my life.
For disagreeing with you.
Listen, we all came from countries that suck. That's why we're here. When we come here, we make the country better any way we can. It's such an honor that I'm even called an American. After all of these courageous people who have fought and died for my freedom to be called an American, and they call me an American too. What an honor.
Okay, it's nice to be or even at least feel you're a part of something, but you still gotta respect people's freedom of speech.
Don't do it in front of me, okay? Because I'm going to stop it. And that's it. You're bigger, you're stronger, I don't give a shit.
So you're gonna use violent/physical intervention to stop people from expressing their freedom of speech, their freedom of protest, their First Amendment rights. That's not good. Bigger, stronger, they could hurt you, though I haven't seen most flag burners I've seen just kind of run away or put up little resistance, but still, I don't think it's right. I don't want to see anyone get harmed or even killed, so I really don't think you should do that. Freedom of speech and all, and also risk.
These are the lowest scum. These are the first people who run if the country's got something to give them. Oh, there's something free. Oh, there's a handout. Then they run. Oh, I'm American. They're scumbags. Don't get me started with these people. Whatever the country could offer them, they take.
This is true. There are people that only want to get involved in society if it has something free to give them. These people are freeloaders, and I don't like that either. But I wouldn't call flag burners freeloaders just because they burn the flag to protest something nasty the government's doing. There are freeloaders and flag burners, but I don't think they're often together. I don't think they often overlap.
But they ain't got the balls. They're the biggest cowards. They're not Americans. And it's time to vote in somebody who makes burning the flag a hate crime.
The Supreme Court, the highest court in the nation, ruled that flag burning is legal. You can't ban freedom of speech you don't like. I can't stress that enough. Yeah, if you really don't like the flag being burned, I can understand it being painful, but that's their own copy of the American flag. That's not your copy, that's their copy. And it's freedom of speech, so they have which is even legally protected, so they have every right to do so. You can't make something you don't like a hate crime.
That's a hate crime. You hate people who have given their lives so that we could live in a free country.
What I also can't stress enough is that the military-industrial complex is what people fighting overseas is about. It's not about your freedom. It's about greed, unjust money, it's power. It's not about your freedom. What does another country's affairs have to do with your freedom? Nothing. The answer is nothing. It's about the military-industrial complex.
Put these people, these assholes away for a year for burning the flag, and you'll see not one of them will do it. They ain't got balls. They ain't got the balls to do it if there's a penalty. They hide behind the fucking freedom that the flag supplies them.
If the flag supplies them with freedom to burn it, then why won't you let them? That makes no sense. You have the freedom to do something, yet you shouldn't have the freedom to do something? That doesn't make any sense. I've heard this argument so many times. Also, you want to throw people in jail for their freedom of speech. That is not cool. Isn't that kind of what totalitarian regimes do? The North Koreans, Nazis, the Russians, / Soviet Union, the Chinese. Isn't that what they did? That's not cool. And the flag doesn't supply them with the freedom to burn it. That's just from within. That's just from within in terms of all the rights on the Bill of Rights. It's not a grant of rights. It's merely a list.
So make it a year you won't see one of them do it because they're all a bunch of pussies and cowards. God bless America. God bless all the men and women serving and have given us this freedom and who have given their lives so we could have this freedom.
Once again, military-industrial complex.
You see these people burn the flag? Go stop them. Don't worry about it. I'm with yous.
Look, it's legally protected, and people have a right to express themselves in ways you may not like. I feel sorry for this guy. All I can really say now is that if someone attacks you for burning the flag, you have a right to defend yourself, even if it would come to lethal means. So I support people on that. Just as he supports people attacking them for it in the first place. So yeah, the video has reached an end. I feel sorry for people such as him because they just been, I don't know, so indoctrinated that they think bad things should happen to good/innocent people. You know, for disagreeing with them, for being against the system. And I don't like that. I hate it when it happens. It breaks my heart. I want people to be awake to the truth and to fight for what's right, myself included. So, anyways, like, fave, subscribe, share, comment. Yeah, you pretty much know this by now.